All right. I'm shooting this video because I've had several people ask me, how do I build up my soil? Again, most of what I've been doing has been container soiling, but I do apply this to my garden beds. In the past, I have. I do not have garden beds yet because we are in the infant stage of building up our garden. And I mean, when I say infant, it is infant. We got the wood chip. We still have yet to put up our fencing, but again, the garden is all about baby steps and progressing. So I use whatever I can afford in terms of potting mix. I look for potting mix, not, you know, I look for the marking that says potting mix, not garden soil or topsoil. I do use a little bit of peat moss. I know there's some controversy in terms of peat moss, whether to use it or not. Again, I use very little. Okay, like this big bag, I think I've had it for 2 years. I kid you not. I use mushroom compost as opposed to cow manure. It's just my preference. You could use cow manure, some people do. Just make sure you get it from a good source because a lot of these animals, they give them, they spray with Roundup out in the fields and the animals eat it and it gets in the soil and then it can get into your plants. So just be very cautious in terms of the cow manure. And then I use a little bit of vermiculite, again, very small bag. I use very little. Again, these are optional. This is rock dust. I've had this for a number of years. The writing is no longer even on it. That's to show you how long I've had it. I use, again, a couple, sprinkling of it. I started using Biotone. You can use Biotone or whatever granular fertilizer you have. It's totally optional, but that's pretty much how I get my soil up and going. I usually will put it in here, make a big batch of it, mix it up real nice, and then I will put it in the various containers. Again, you can reuse old soil, like some of these containers that have weeds growing on them, these these grow bags. I will reuse these containers and just, amend them with, like I said, just some fertilizer, some compost, some rock dust, mix it up real nice. As you can see, I am out here. It's hot. I'd rather be inside, but it is hot, and I got to get these plants out of these containers. They're getting to be a little bit stressed out, and obviously they need to be up potted. So that's my project this afternoon, is to get my apples and pears, elderberries, and these other berry plants in containers. I'm going to put them on the deck to allow them to overwinter until we get our fencing up. And then I will select an area on the property to put them in. I'll keep you all updated. But in the meantime, that's just how I do my soil, how I amend my soil, how I get it up and going. There's not much to see in the garden right now. A lot of things are going to, die down with the frost. But I'm still enjoying these plants. I mean, they're still stunning. Impatiens, calendula. I have some beautiful flowers. We're still enjoying the tomatoes. We're still getting tomatoes on here on the vine. I got cucumbers coming up over here, you know. So we enjoyed the cucumbers. Still got tomatoes. The basil's dying off. I did put Brussels sprouts in here, but the garden is still, it's still thriving. It's still growing. There's still life in the garden, but we are headed towards, the much cooler time of the year where the garden will eventually die down. My plans during that time will be to work on the soil, work on our fencing, and get prepared for 2025 garden season. And I'll just keep you all updated on that.